Big improvements to the southwest stretch of I-44 are officially kicking off today. A groundbreaking ceremony featuring members of MoDOT, contractors, and elected officials was the first step in a major makeover for the interstate. Among the improvements, a plan to expand it to 6 lanes between Highway B near Marshfield and Chestnut Expressway in West Springfield. The extra lanes will help traffic move more smoothly and improve safety when there is a crash.
Every time there is an accident, it is impossible to maneuver around. It's not safe. We see secondary crashes. So while we will have additional capacity for traffic, we're also going to have a 3rd lane to work in, to route traffic around, and to keep traffic away from our emergency responders.
The $471 million project stretches from Macleod to Newton County. It's all part of MoDOT's I-44 initiative. A few other highlights include a complete makeover for the Kansas Expressway and 44 interchange and the addition of an interchange at Grant Avenue. MoDOT leaders say it will take about 5 years to completely finish the project.